Welcome to Speaking of Sasquatch. In this issue, we pay tribute to our colleague Kathleen Odom, who left her physical life last November. To viewers of this webcast, she will be familiar as a gifted trance channel who was able to verbalize many of the truths of the Sasquatch people. She performed this service with a degree of accuracy and dedication that is rare indeed. We miss her and her gifts greatly. We also miss her friendship. To this filmmaker, she was a stalwart model of excellence when it came to communicating information that was not readily available elsewhere, at least in the thoughtful and digested form in which she presented it. Kathleen's life spanned a range of activities that included, but was not limited to, her metaphysical pursuits. She was a professional, a mother, a householder, a wife, a woman of good character. This issue will be structured around previously unpublished video in which Kathleen addresses certain what we call Sasquatch 101 questions that arose over the course of several years doing our webcast. This will be followed by the remembrances of several experiencers who knew and appreciated her, some of whom will be familiar to viewers of this webcast. Finally, we will present a short mediumistic essay facilitated by a reliable channel that conveys Kathleen's after-death perspective and some of the realizations concerning the Sasquatch that she may have reached in that new environment.
I think my question to them really is our separateness coming to an end. You know, are we coming together, and sort of specifically how are we doing that and why? And so I asked the Sasquatch that, and their answer was, our people arrived here on the Earth planet long before the hairless humans arrived. We were here for the birthing of the humans. We came long before to make the arrival of the humans softer, as you would say, easier for them. When the humans arrived, they arrived on a bright beam of light. They knew the light like the Sasquatch. We had planned to walk together with the humans after they arrived as one on the Earth, which was home for both the Sasquatch and the hairless ones. We were sad when the humans felt the fear and began to follow the fear away from their hearts, away from the light. It was then that we began to separate. We could not hear them in their fear. They forgot their hearts, and they have followed that path of fear for many ages now. They have made it very difficult for themselves. Following their fear has caused them much pain. It has also caused much pain to the Earth we all share. Most of the hairless humans do not respect, do not honor the Earth and the others who share the Earth with them. They have forgotten the light which makes the all one, the light which keeps the all one alive and good. We have been separate from the hairless ones for many ages, but now many humans are seeing, feeling the light and want to return to the light. They understand that there is no separation. They are remembering. They are assisting us, the Sasquatch people, to again walk in the light with the humans. Now we are showing the way to the hairless human ones. It is not easy for us. It is not easy for the hairless ones. More and more are knowing the light. As the light is bigger and bigger, as more of the humans feel the light in their hearts, the Sasquatch people will begin walking once again with the hairless human ones. The hairless ones from the old times and the young ones from the new times are assisting us, the Sasquatch, in helping the hairless ones now to choose the light once again. I got the feeling that the hairless ones from the old times, as they said, indicated the original indigenous peoples, and that the young ones they referred to indicated the new souls that are arriving, the indigo children, the crystal children. They went on to say it's an important time for the all one on the planet Earth. The fear has become very dark, and the light has become very bright and strong. Each human choosing to follow the light is an important one, and we walk with them in the light. The separation is ending, but there will be some pain before the end of the separation. We will help the humans with the pain." Unquote. I felt like there was probably more dialogue to come on that. they ended it at this time, but I just felt like there was more.
Well, it might also be relevant to state the date of that transcript.
This was in 2012.
So a lot has happened since then.
Right.
I think another question that often naturally arises in our people is, what is the Sasquatch relationship to other parts of the creation and other parts of the natural world here on planet Earth?
I did ask them about that, and they said that the humans are the only ones who have forgotten who they are and who we are. All of the others live in the All One. Sometimes it's difficult when the humans being in the shadow, cause pain to all the other ones. It's like the humans are blinded by the shadow of fear they have chosen. We are here to help them choose the light once again. We walk between the humans and all the other ones. When a human chooses the light once again, then the line of light between their heart and the hearts of the all other ones is shining, and they remember and respect the All One. It can happen in the flash of a star. It is like the plug goes into the electric socket. It's like what you call electricity. The animals help the humans to remember. We are all part of the All One together. The humans, not the naked ones, and I think when they said naked ones, they probably mean the indigenous peoples, are accepted from this. The humans do not know their heart. Without their heart, they believe they are wiser, better to lead the other All Ones. When they return to their heart, they will know that all are wise, the same, unquote.
Even though other parts of the creation experience reality and consciousness often very differently than us. But the crux of so much of our difficulty as humans seems to have been this hierarchical idea.
Species superiority kind of thing.
So Kathleen, as part of our Sasquatch 101 episode, I asked if you would maybe reach into your archives for some information that might be of interest concerning the Sasquatch presence on Earth, how long they've been here, where they're from.
Yeah, I would be happy to do that. I did go back and get several pertinent, timeless questions, really. So the first one that I asked them was, where are you as a people originally from? And they said, we are happy you are writing this. Our origins are long ago. We now consider Earth to be our home, though we have been known to revisit our original homes in the stars. Some of us came from the Pleiades, and some of us came from Arcturus. We came to Earth long before you hairless humans appeared. We assisted in your birthing process. It was an intentional process, and you are just now coming into who you were intended to be. It is almost like you hairless ones are finally coming home. You will not look back to the eons of almost unconscious existence. You will soon see that we are of the same spirit. It is all the same. We are here to make the connection for you. It is happening now so quickly that it is, as you would say, almost electric. We will put the plug in the socket for you, but many must recognize the plug, the socket, before that can occur. The old ones and some of the new ones already know. You must open your hearts to them and to us. There is a new way, and we will all be there. You have been told by many about the promise. It will be easy for those in the light, impossible for those in the dark. There will be great change, and it will happen quickly. The change is good. It has been told for many years. The change has already begun. We are connectors for you humans still walking step by step on the earth. We will show you how to be faster than you could ever imagine. It is all here now, but most cannot see it, and those who do only see glimpses. The light is too bright to see fully at this time. I felt like when they said that we would be walking faster than we could ever imagine, my feeling about that was that walking faster meant speeding up our energy vibration, which would refine it, and heading towards, I really felt from them, us remembering how to dematerialize, is the word we use, as they do, shimmering. That was what my take on it was, my insight. They didn't use those exact words to describe it, so it is my insight and not their words, but it really felt to me that that's what they were talking about. We would be doing what we call astral traveling.
Well, certainly on a more mundane level, the whole quickening effect has necessitated a certain development of time management skills that many of us, myself included, have not necessarily possessed.
I think that's what they meant by that. I mean, that was what I got instantly in the session. It has to do with refining our energy vibration. So I also wanted to ask them, I went in and found a comment that they had made about the environmental changes that are occurring on the planet, and they said, it's been difficult for all of us. No species has been spared. The greed and fear must transmute or there will be complete destruction. This is a pivotal time. When the human consciousness enlightens, then the reversal of destruction will begin. We have specific, important ideas that you humans need to learn and live. Just ask us and we will help you in ways you could never have imagined. It is critical to submit your intelligence to your spirit.
Kathleen, in many historical events of which we've read, there's been an apparent connection, not well understood, between Sasquatch and an extraterrestrial being or beings. And I think in a lot of people's mind there is some sort of connection, even if we don't really know what that connection is. They've not been entirely forthcoming in the past about their connection with star people, so to speak. But I know that they have given you some information about this that might be of interest to our viewers.
Yes, I did ask him about it. I felt like this was an abbreviated type response, that it could be a whole line of questioning that I haven't pursued with them. But my general question for them is, what was their connection to the extraterrestrials? And they said there are many, as you call them, ETs. Some live in the dark and some live in the light. We came from the light. The ETs are more ancient of our brothers and sisters than you are. They are also your brothers and sisters, and we are working together for the recreation of the original intention. We have always assisted the ETs in their work here. They have a great focus on protecting you from yourselves. You may say that we are the guardians of the earth spirit and they are the guardians of the sky spirit. We must all work together for the light to be full. You humans are joining us. Unquote.
Very nice, very succinct.
Each of those statements could have, taken off on another question. And
well, I think it's important because just as Sasquatch is an important part of our future as a species, so our brothers and sisters from other planetary systems are a part of our maturation, so to speak.
I will say that I have not connected telepathically with the ETs, almost intentionally. I mean, I just, I guess I specialize in Sasquatch. And
much of the questioning that you've presented to the Sasquatch in connection with the webcast has been related to the environment and our hairless human relationship to the environment, and their prescription for our hopefully continuing relationship with the environment. Into that, of course, figures the idea of earth changes, and I think many people have sometimes apocalyptic ideas or distorted ideas about what those earth changes may entail. I'm wondering if the Sasquatch were able to shed any light on what we're to expect in the way of the evolution of this physical planet.
Well, I asked them, coming from a perspective of them walking on the earth for so long and being so connected to the earth elements. And
just to clarify for some of our viewers who don't know, these responses in essence come from what we call the clearinghouse or the collective of Sasquatch consciousness on this planet. And what I think may be hard for some people to visualize at first is the idea of how they work as a collective, how they've used their understanding of the All One to increase their opportunities for service as a collective. Although we sometimes direct questions to specific individuals, these responses seem to be representative of the collective.
Well, I think the collective of the Sasquatch is a lot different than the collective of the hairless humans, because the Sasquatch have the telepathic all one perspective, and we don't have that. We can't speak for another human because most of us don't feel the all one with even another human. You know, let alone the Sasquatch or an animal in the forest. I mean, we're learning, and they're trying to teach us about the all one. They talk about it so much. But so what they said about the earth changes, they said the earth is talking to you hairless ones. The hairless ones are not listening. The voice of the earth is getting louder because you do not listen. When you choose to be in your hearts, when you choose to see with your hearts, when you choose to speak with your heart, when you choose to act with your hearts, then what you call earth changes will stop. You must come to the forest more often. You must honor the air, the water, the Mother Earth on whom you walk. Walk with your feet bare to the earth. Do not make gray in the sky. Drink the water coming up from the earth. Look at each one of your hairless human family with your heart. Open the beam of light between your hearts. Do not harm the other hairless ones. Do not harm the animals and plants who understand. We must live here together in peace, in the light, only in the light. The dark is getting darker. The light is getting lighter. Someday soon, the light will disappear, the dark. See the light, be the light, honor all of life. All is life. Unquote. There is a lot in that.
What is always so encouraging about them is that these things that they're asking of us, that they're asking us to ask of ourselves, are never unattainable. They're simple things. But it results in a profound shift in our relationship to the planet and to the other beings here.
You know, and what they're asking when they say not to harm the other hairless ones, really in the heart, we feel so good when we are kind to another human. They're trying to have us remember who we are. And the neat thing about Sasquatch is it gives us hope. You don't need to go to a class, you don't need to have a PhD, you don't need to look a certain way, and you don't have to have a certain amount of money in the bank. You just need to be in the light, breathe in the light to your heart, and then shine it out to the animals, to the earth, to the other people, to the Sasquatch. I mean, we are all one. They just say that over and over and over.
Yeah. We now present 4 remembrances in tribute to Kathleen.
With her transition, both the Sasquatch people and us hairless humans lost a very gifted mediator. She assisted so many in bridging and understanding our shared realities. I recall one incident related to me by my habituator friends in Georgia, Lori and Dusty Chandler. The Chandlers had scheduled a telephone session with Kathleen to assist them in an effort to gain understanding of the clan that shared their property, the Foots as they called them. At the time of the phone session, Dusty had a severe, very resistant respiratory infection. Towards the end of the session, Kathleen was given a message from the Foots to relay to the Chandlers. They said that soon they would be leaving a gift on the Chandlers' porch that would assist in Dusty's recovery. Within a few weeks, in early spring, Lori went out onto the porch and found an elegantly tied bundle of herbs, and the herbs resembled lemongrass in their structure. This fulfillment of Kathleen's prediction was a simple yet profound demonstration of her clear connection to the Sasquatch people. Knowing Kathleen, I can't help but smile and know she's still tenaciously working to increase understanding between the Sasquatch and ourselves. She will be remembered and missed greatly for a very long time.
Kathleen was a beautiful and passionate soul with a big heart, I found, and she was a gifted seer, interspecies communicator, and writer whom I have much respect for. Her connection and love for the forest people was very genuine and heartfelt, and I, as well as the Sasquatch people, are grateful for her sharing her light and truth with humanity. Kathleen was a wonderful friend and teacher, and I am thankful for all that I learned from her through her wealth of knowledge. She graciously wrote the afterword for my second book, which also had a positive impact on me as well as the readers. Her contributions during her time on Earth have made a beautiful footprint and ripples of clear consciousness throughout the universe. She will be greatly missed and never forgotten. We loved you, Kathleen.
Kathleen will always be in my heart. When we spent time together visiting, it was as if we had always known each other and would always know each other. Time really didn't matter. Being together was everything. That must be why it feels impossible to me that she passed away. There's just so much more to do together. Her spontaneity, joy, and enthusiasm for adventure was so much fun. We often spoke about traveling together. When her health improved, she wanted to show me the place where, as a child, she first remembers hearing and knowing the Sasquatch people. I wanted to take her touring around the Pacific Northwest, stopping for a while in all the beautiful wild places that we both knew of, and be able to share any impressions that we both had together. Her sense of humor will be greatly missed. She had an artful way of turning a serious topic into a playful and heartfelt topic. She had such a delightful approach to seeing life as new over and over again. I miss her straightforward attitude and genuine heartfelt gratitude. So it is that Kathleen no longer is here in the physical form with us, but I accept that Kathleen continues her work, and our connection as friends continues to be on the other side and here at the same time. I am sure she is able now to do so much more in many ways, communicating from the other side. I will always honor her continuous message, imploring all of us to go forward, listening, speaking, and being from the heart. I love you, Kathleen.
I'd like to take a minute to talk about Kathleen and the difference that she made in my life as far as my quest to know more about the Sasquatch people. And like many of us in this business, you think you know a thing or two about them, and someone like Kathleen comes along and explains to you just really what's going on. I miss her a lot. We didn't have a lot of communication in the last couple of years, but the difference that she made in my life and many people's lives will not soon be forgotten. She helped me understand more about the Sasquatch people, introduced me to them, and even told me that they liked me. That meant a lot. And when I got the news, it really saddened me because I knew what a unique person she was in a world where a lot of what she thinks and believed is looked down on, can cause problems in and outside of family relationship-wise. And I just want everybody to know what a difference that she made in my life, how much admiration and respect that I have for her, for helping me along in my journey of understanding that this whole Sasquatch people thing is about hearts and not smarts. And being a sensitive animal lover, she endeared herself to me even more. God bless you. Godspeed, Kathleen. I will never forget you.
Finally, we offer a channeled essay that we believe summarizes some of Kathleen's realizations since her physical transition.
So then, what I would offer our viewers at this time, by way of a preview, is this. Know that on this side, the separation that exists on the physical side does not exist. On this side, we walk freely among our Sasquatch brothers and sisters. We exchange ideas with them. We assess and contribute to the unfolding of physical reality and the many changes that are taking place on planet Earth at this time. It would not be inaccurate to say that they frequently whisper into our ears. Sometimes they do more than whisper. Sometimes their physical presence and our presence helps us to expand our conception of physical reality. They undertake this very guardedly. They always undertake it for a particular reason. It is not accidental, ever. What the many people who seek contact with Sasquatch may not fully appreciate without a physical encounter is the awakening, the opening of the senses, and the positive expansion towards service that the Sasquatch can help make possible. It has to begin, however, with a calling on the part of an individual person. It has to begin with a desire to expand and to know. It has to begin with a desire to remember. And when I use the word remember, I always italicize the second part of the word so that it is clear that remembering is about assimilating something that was lost or ignored. So, with a smile, I can say that humanity has no stronger ally in its quest to let go of impurities than Sasquatch. Humanity should not be seeking one-on-one physical communion with them. Humanity should be acknowledging their presence in the environment, acknowledging their interdimensional nature, yes, and acknowledging that they occupy other emotional, psychic, and energetic realms that coexist with ours. In other words, they help us, humanity, realize that the world that is understandable to us by way of the five senses does not represent the full breadth of reality. This should be obvious to anyone on a spiritual quest. What an acknowledgement of the Sasquatch can do, and this is extremely hard for those empiricists who are inflexible in the absence of proof, is to make clear the existence of other realities. The analogy that Jane Weiss used of many rooms in the house is an excellent one. Humanity, traditionally, in its normal state, occupies but one room of the house, while Sasquatch can move from room to room and can talk to us from an adjacent room. Though their words may be muffled by the walls between rooms, sometimes and under certain circumstances, they occupy the same room with us. As stated earlier, when this happens, it is intentional on their part, and it is for a reason usually having to do with the expansion of the individual who communes with them. We, humanity, can make ourselves more capable of communing with Sasquatch by our intention to expand, by our acknowledgement of our deepest metaphysical yearnings, and an acknowledgement that origin of life in the multiverse is not the result of one thing as simple as a Big Bang or panspermia, or the other theories that humanity often uses to describe its origins. The Sasquatch who have a racial memory of when this planet was young can help us ease into the idea that history as we know it is, in anything but the narrowest sense, a falsehood. They see this as a very important role for them. Their ability, in effect, to set us straight with regard to our own history. In conclusion, I would ask our viewers to keep in mind the degree to which the Sasquatch concern for our people is made possible by the shared origins of our peoples. They went their way, we went ours, but we never lost our shared humanity. And I restate their earlier admonition, we will now walk the path of light together.
Thank you for joining us. In the course of producing this webcast over the past several years, we have greatly appreciated your viewership and your insightful comments. It has been, in a very real sense, your co-creation. We will continue from time to time to be of service to the Sasquatch and to our people by way of this project. If you have not already done so, we encourage you to subscribe to this YouTube channel so that you may continue to receive notifications of new issues as they are published. Thank you very much again.